Welcome back, guys. This video marks more than 2 years since arriving back to Monastrell in Trinidad. It's kind of hard to believe. For those new here, she was stuck here in Trinidad for 3 years while I was trapped in Australia during the strict COVID travel restrictions imposed. Then, shortly after arriving back in Trinidad, I had a retina detachment, which required several surgeries. It's still not 100% and I still require at least one more operation. That was definitely not in the plan. While dealing with this ordeal, I still had to prepare Monastrell for relaunch, of course. The mast came down for a full re-rig, but it was also taken down to be able to remove the keel to inspect for suspected damage under the keel, which unfortunately was confirmed. If you're interested, check out these videos. Trying to coordinate this while having and recovering from surgeries was certainly challenging, along with the many other boat jobs that naturally needed to be done as a result of sitting on the hard for 3 years. The original plan was to have Monastrell back in the water after a few months, but between the boat jobs and health issues, it took just over a year and a half to finally get Monastrell back in the water. Then after more than 2 years, it also meant it was time to move on from the place that has become home. I've grown very fond of Trinidad. I love the people and the diverse culture here. I'll certainly miss it.
Good morning, everybody. It's 7:30 here in Peaks Boatyard, Shagaramas in Trinidad, and we're just about to head off to the markets. And it's a rainy old day so far, but look at that low cloud there.
Before we leave Trinidad, let me share with you some of the reasons why I've grown to love this place.
The central market in Port of Spain is one of the biggest markets at this end of the island. We've been going there for months now because we've been staying here in the shipyard since March and it's now December. So I want to show you what the market's like and introduce you to some of my favourite vendors, because they're just really good, really hard-working people who sell amazing produce. So to get there, we're going to jump on a bus with today 25 other yachties. Last week it was 40, but people are going to sail away because the hurricane season officially ended yesterday. So yeah, let's head off. Every week my drivers to the market are Larry and Earl. They've been driving cruises to the market since before I arrived, and I've been working with them to help keep it going by organising the group. They're a great pair of guys who work long hours driving these taxis for locals and visitors throughout the week. Alright, so we're at the Central Market and first walk through the food court before we get to the meat. So in this market, the first section is the food court, and there is lots of vendors who make local food like doubles or curries. And a lot of the cruises will grab breakfast here because they're really, really good. This section here is where you buy all of your fresh meat and seafood. So I have my favourite prawn guy, beef guy, and chicken lady that we're going to go and see. I always go and collect my beef first because I actually ordered it from him the week before, but beef is done, so now it's time for prawns. How much prawns do you need? 5.5 million. We ate everything last week. Oh. It got to the point where the other guy was sitting there, he's like, the prawns those guys are catching are amazing, because they were telling me last week that usually they fish in the south or in the Gulf, but for the next 2 months they're fishing in the north. And as a result, the prawns they're getting are just massive. It's like a family business. They've had this stall at the market for 3 generations now. They're the fishermen, they go out, they catch the shrimp and the fish, come sell it here. So it is so fresh and so good. Like, I won't hesitate to say they are the best prawns I have ever bought. And, like, Australia, I cannot buy this quality of prawn at home. So, prawns are done, beef's done, time for the chicken. Now the thing with the chicken is Jessica and Jerry, they are the chicken farmers. So my chicken was probably running around yesterday. And I can tell them what I want at the start and then they'll get it ready and I can collect it on the way out, which is so handy. Like I said, all the meat and seafood and stuff in this section of the market. And when you go out these doors, you're into fresh fruit and vegetables, spices and other stuff.
This is just awesome. Look at this produce. Why would you go to a supermarket?
Now is literally one of my favourite vendors in the whole market. She's my egg lady. And she's just the nicest woman. So, yeah, if you're ever in Trinidad, definitely go and visit her stall. Morning. How are you?
I'm good. What's up with you? I just called in, I saw some people. Yeah, I had up my sign and says Felicia said stop here.
It's a busy day today at the markets because it's Christmas. A couple of days before Christmas. And there are people everywhere. The lovely Sarah. I've been coming to the market almost every Saturday for 2 years, and I must say it's a weekly highlight for me. I shop and stop for a chat with Sarah, her brother Brandon and Dad every week. So as you can imagine, you develop quite a bond. And like Talisha, I have a number of vendors who have definitely become favourites, and I shop with them pretty well every week. We are here for 1 hour. These days I can do my actual shopping in about 15 to 20 minutes, and the rest of the time is spent chatting. The produce is, just fantastic, but again, it's the people you meet that make the experience special. Excuse me, what are these ones called?
Pomerat.
Pomerat. Pomerat.
Yeah.
For the 2 years that I've been coming to the market, this guy is cutting up coconuts every single week. He is a machine, and the coconut water is absolutely delicious. Wow, he's chopped up thousands upon thousands of coconuts, I'm sure. And you can see there he still has all of his fingers, which is kind of surprising when you look at that machete. Isn't that insane?
I'll say big bottle. 45.
In the centre of the outside market, there's a large open structure that has a number of stalls inside. On the south side, there's predominantly food stalls, while the north side is mostly clothing. Sometimes this aisle has some more specialty stuff, and they also have really big garlic, which is super easy to peel.
Alright, this is the second to last stop. Jessica had my chicken already packed in the cooler bag ready to pick up and pay for. Often I'm the last to pick up as I'm running late from chatting too much, but this time I beat Talisha.
on his shoulder, and I am absolutely laden down. So it's time to head off. We've been here just over an hour. We'll go back to the yard now, and I'll show you everything I bought and let you know how much it costs as well, because it is just so affordable shopping here, as well as the fact that you get amazing produce. And you're supporting local Trinidadian vendors, which I think is always a really good thing to do as you travel around.
These are the best chickpea pies in Trinidad.
This is the last stop, and it's become a bit of a tradition for a lot of us. I order 3 chickpea pies, which are about $1.90 Aussie each, and are delicious. I eat one as we're waiting for the bus to arrive. I have another one when I get back to the boat with a cup of tea, and then I put one in the fridge for Wednesday, keeping in mind this is Saturday. So they are awesome. So now for the bus trip back to the boatyards, and we pretty well get dropped off to our boats door to door, which is pretty cool.
I don't put my weight in my say make a liver, I'm a waiting, oh, pana winner. Wait fit on man to sinner. Oh baby, pull up in my bima. You know promise and in a wait, oh no. People.
As Talisha mentioned, our drivers Earl and Larry are awesome, and you know, we've kind of become friends, I guess you'd say. It's cool. During the Second World War, a lot of Americans were based here, and as a result, these areas were developed for submarine bases, etc. So a lot of land reclaiming was done, and of course after the war, when the Americans left and Trinidad took it back over, it became a perfect place to develop industry, including boatyards such as the ones we stay at.
Are we all getting out here, or will you take us to Peaks as well? Yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good day, Mama.
We can just walk from here.
Alright.
Is that alright? Or do you want to go right in? Can we drive in?
Yeah, you can drive it. Come to drop off. You're close. You see close. Oh.
There we go.
Come back just now, just go and drop them off.
I'll walk from here. Thank you. See you next time. Thank you, you too.
So this is today's hoard, along with some bananas. You can see over there some lovely house plants, which I haven't had before on the boat. That'll be interesting. And some lovely fresh fish, and of course the chickpea pie from the markets. I won't open it up because it'll get really messy. Inside there's full of chickpeas, chana as they call it here, and curry of course, and there'll be some shadow benny, and of course you know, all the other secret spices, etc. Delicious. Some people measure their time in Trinidad by carnivals, and if I was to do that, I have been here for 3. So here's a taste of the first carnival I went to in Trinidad. It was incredible.
can fight this feeling off no more. But I'm not going to give up and fall. Rise above the door, meet all my challenges and search for my strength. I defeat them all, I'm never ever gonna hide no more. I come to love myself again, yeah. For all the things I didn't know, the pain, the hurt, I let it go. Start to believe in myself and life will be sweet again, so sweet again. Oh na 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 na. When all I see is darkness and gloom, yeah, I'll be running from my doom. Oh na 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 na. But now it's time to live my life, and now I know what I need to do. Can't stand right when it's blowing.
A lot of cruisers come to Trinidad, park their boat in the boatyard, do their boat jobs, maybe go home for a visit, come back, launch again, and head north without experiencing Trinidad's natural beauty. And that's a shame, because there's so much natural beauty here. I've just come back to Scotland Bay and I've been greeted with a pretty nice sunset. It's not the best I've ever seen, but it's very nice. So a bit of a light show on tonight.
So we've got a beautiful moon, and we've got this beautiful light show provided by nature in the background. Unfortunately, I've missed some of the best of it. Although that was pretty good. Come on, give us a couple of good ones. Oh yeah, that was obviously a biggie. Did you hear the thunder? This is it. We are finally leaving Trinidad. I mean, we did leave Trinidad technically a little while ago when we went to Tobago, but that, you know, is also the same country. But this time we are leaving Trinidad after more than 2 years. Whew, like before, I'm a little bit anxious. You know, this is a bit of a big deal after so long off the boat, and you know, you've got to build, as I've mentioned before, you've got to build the confidence again in yourself and also in the boat in Monastrell also. And that's Monas Island over to the left there, which is where Turtle Bay is situated. Beautiful Turtle Bay. So goodbye Scotland Bay. It's been good. Scotland Bay's a beautiful place. So this will be the 4th time I've been through the Boca. First time was coming to Trinidad. Second time was doing a short passage to Shakashikari, and I decided to come this way just as an experiment, and it was definitely the slower way to go because of the currents, on that day at least. And next time was to Tobago. Well, actually it's 5 times because then I came back from Tobago, and then this time. So here we go, wish me luck. But yes, certainly a nice way to start the day. Again, as you can see, we are backwinded here. I'm just hoping it's coming from exactly the wrong direction, the opposite direction to what it says on Windy. Again, just going to show that very locally you can't trust forecasting apps. Come on, wind. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. Here comes the sun, and I sing, it's all right. Do 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 do. So the sun's already up, obviously, but we're moving away from the coast, and there she is. Look at that. Beautiful. Woohoo! We are on passage, guys. So engine is on, unfortunately. Sails are out, but yeah, the wind's not there yet. Okay, engine is off, and we're doing between 5 and 6 knots, which means we're going to get there a bit late. But I think I'd rather have the engine on. It's so much nicer sailing. It's pretty rolly. It's not the most comfortable sea, of course. I hope you get a pretty good idea there.
The passage to Grenada was pretty uneventful, sorry, but that's a good thing for me, by the way. It was certainly a nice easing back into passaging in terms of weather and sea state.
From time to time there's some pretty big ones.
It gave me plenty of time and headspace to take care of everything required for a safe passage, but it also meant I was able to chill out, take in the special moments
And absorb them completely in real time.
on a good day. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, we're getting along nicely now. 6-7 knots consistently. Pretty nice. There we go, see, 7.2. 2 reefs in the main and full heady out. And you can see it's very rolly. It's going to be challenging to cook some lunch, that's for sure. So there's Grenada. I do have to be a little bit careful as I get closer because there are, as I mentioned before, I think there's a couple of shoals and a couple of them are very shallow, less than 2 metres at parts of them. So we have to be very cautious. Well, good morning. It's 7:30 and look where we are. We made it. I am in Grenada. More precise, I'm in Prickly Bay, Grenada. And it's busy, which I was expecting. Lots of boats. So a big thank you to Monastrell for getting us here safely. Good girl.
If you made it to the end, well done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick with me as next time the passages heading further north are a little bit more boisterous, and in fact we're pretty full on at times.
We're recording this because I'm not sure whether I got it on video before, but it's still pretty full on. Probably got about 20-25 plus knots. We had 33 knots as we were leaving St. Vincent. It was crazy.
So remember to subscribe if you'd like to see them. Thanks for watching. See you next time.